Welcome to the Guthrie America podcast, where we sit down with amazing people who do life in our community and who are from here because we believe every story should be told. I'm your host, Heady Coleman. Today I am sitting down with the one and only, ladies and gentlemen. How do you say it? Horseshoe putter on her? What do you call it? What's the specific name of your business?
A farrier.
A farrier.
Yeah, not a fairy.
A farrier. Yeah, don't say a farrier. A farrier is the difference.
I don't have no wings on that.
Are you the go-to farrier?
A what?
Are you the go-to? How do you say it? Like if somebody says, you say I put on horseshoes?
Yeah, I put on horseshoes, or some people I either say I'm a blacksmith for horses.
Oh, blacksmith for horses. That sounds. Ladies and gentlemen, I got you now. We're sitting down with the local blacksmith of horses, Aldin Hoel. Before we jump into this conversation with Aldin, will you please go ahead and subscribe to the podcast and leave a review? It would mean the world. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, it would mean the world to my mom, who is also in the room. Let's give it up for my mom, ladies and gentlemen. Clap. Let's see. She's going to try to clap in hands. Here we go. Wow, clapping hands for yourself.
No, I'm just testing it.
That's great. She's in the building with clapping hands. Okay, well, let's introduce Aldin one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, well, you got to stop me.
Okay.
You know how to stop it? There you go. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up one more time for Aldin, the blacksmith of horses. Oh, I can't wait for Kelly to edit that and just go quick. Okay, well, we'll try the next episode.
That reminds me a little bit.
There you go, Aldin. Oh my goodness, Mom, you are so funny. Aldin, how you doing today?
Pretty good.
I am so glad to have you on today on the Guthrie America podcast. If your family was sitting in your chair right now, and I was like, what is Aldin like? Describe Aldin to me. What would they say?
Oh, shoot. They'd probably say I'm goofy, hardworking, loud voice, good at heart. Shoot, I can't speak for myself,
but you think those are the ways that they would describe you?
Yeah, they'll also probably say I'm very energized.
Oh, really?
Energetic.
Yeah.
Very, very energetic.
Well, that probably comes along with, it's probably ideal that you're energetic to see that you are someone who does rodeos.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And but we'll come back to rodeo. Where did you get the hard work ethic from to be a hard worker?
You know, to be honest with you, it'd be my dad.
Yeah.
My dad growing up, I always seen him working two jobs.
Mm-hmm.
He would work his first job, and then me and him would always go to his second job, like going to Home Depot, Lowe's, and we would always fix like their level even like Walmart to their handicap carts. So I always, basically when I was 15 years old, I was always with him driving back and forth, and we would always work together. That's all I knew was him working, or either working on vehicles. He would always help people work on their vehicles or do their odds and ends jobs because he's a mechanic.
Okay.
So, I mean, it was crazy growing up and seeing him either doing mechanic work all the way to woodworking. I mean, he did it all.
Yeah.
He did it all. He never stopped. And so that's where I probably get my drive from.
Yeah. And so he started bringing you along with him when you were around high school. And
No, whenever his second job, that's when he was really, whenever he was bringing me. But he was actually doing stuff when, gosh, ever since I could run.
Yeah.
He would put me in his lap and I was changing tires for him, or even changing a simple light bulb.
Yeah.
He was always there helping me, or I was either there helping him. They always called me the shadow because I was always wherever my dad was.
That's awesome.
I was right there behind him.
That's awesome. Well, you benefit greatly from that now.
Yeah,
As an adult, because you probably can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
What was the thing that you think you gravitated to the most growing up around the work? Was it the cars? Was it like just building stuff? Like, what did you gravitate to the most that you enjoyed?
You know, I always loved building things and finding different things that I can build. I loved getting into motors, loved tearing them apart, putting them back together, even down to like learning how the grass grows. I just wanted to learn. I still like to learn everything. I mean,
how the grass grow, like the grass out there?
Yeah.
Really?
Just to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like what works and what doesn't work. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still got a lot to learn. I won't stop learning until I'm probably past.
Yeah, that's the way we all probably should be. What did you learn, like in your discovery of how grass grows? Like what did you learn?
What kind of fertilizer to use?
Okay.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not the specialist.
For sure, no. We're not counting you as the expert in this. We're just having a conversation about it. And I couldn't tell you if you were right or wrong, actually.
hey, you got some things to teach me. Please be my guest.
So just the fertilizer, just kind of what it's growing out of, I guess?
Yeah, fertilizer, kind of like what kind of seeds, what time. Like, for instance, I would always work for farmers, and what time of the year is the best time for like wheat or rye or even like hay grazer? What time, when to plant, when to process that, and when to get that in the ground, and when the best times are. And it's crazy how all that goes in.
For sure.
What the dirt needs, whether it needs lime or whatever the ground needs for that type of soil.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. You can go in one pasture and then like not even 2 minutes up the road, a different pasture is a different thing.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that all goes.
So how you can assume like something would grow one way in one area, it could be completely different just going a matter of a few feet up the road.
Correct.
A mile or two up the road or whatever.
Correct.
Like you still got to figure out how this ground is fertilized or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
It's very crazy.
Yeah. Have you? Because oftentimes people will use gardening or planting for analogies to teach life lessons.
Yes.
Like, what do you think you learned from learning about the way things grow?
You know, my dad did a lot of growing and doing all that stuff, like as vegetables and stuff like that, to learn how to really start canning our own vegetables and stuff like that. And how he done that process is like phenomenal.
Yeah.
Of like what kind of scrap that we eat, like say vegetables, eggs, and stuff like that, how much nutrients that actually brings to the soil, and what it tastes like actually in, say, like a tomato, of how much nutrients is in that tomato, just from like the scrap that we actually eat. It's crazy how that just blossoms with that. Yeah. And my dad was a good for that, and he always researched on what type of soil, what it needs, and just like how much that seed needs to actually grow in the right nutrition. Yeah. It's crazy.
Have you taken any of those lessons and just applied them to your life overall? Like how you go about doing things?
You know, I try my best. Sometimes it's not always easy, but I try my best.
Yeah, no, I think I don't garden, I don't farm or anything, but I'm so fascinated by people who do, and how there's always something that seems really intelligent about people who farm and know how to do these things, because there's so many intricate pieces to growing something. And I mean, it's the same way with us. We talked about our children earlier. Like, it's the same approach, thinking about that. And so, tell us about your family.
I got blessed to meet my wife, and what was crazy is actually how I met my wife was through a bar, because we both like to dance. And it's kind of ironic because both of us at the time did not want to go to this bar at the time. I just got done from a rodeo, and my buddy's like, come on, let's go. You like to dance. Come on, let's go. I didn't want to, and I guess come to find out, her friend did the same thing to her. But we went anyways. It was like, all right, fine. So I was just kind of chilling out, just relaxing, and then all of a sudden she bumped into me, and I was like,
while dancing?
no, I was just sitting down on the sideline, just kind of chilling out and relaxing because I didn't want to really do anything because I was worn out, to be honest with you. And she bumped into me, and
was this an accident or she hitting on you?
No, this was on accident.
Okay.
Like she was following her friend, and she bumped into me, and she looked at me, and she said, "Hey, you want to dance?" And at first, I was like, "I don't know how to dance." I said, "I got 2 left feet. I don't know how to dance." And she's like, that's all right." And then we went out on the dance floor. She would teach me how to dance, and granted, I knew how to dance.
Yeah.
And she'd teach me how to dance, and I was like, well, I think I might be able to get it. I said, well, what else can you show me? Can you show me any kind of these spin moves that these cool people are doing? She was like, yeah.
So you started reversing psychology on her, trying to make yourself look cute.
Yeah, I tried to. Just kind of put some impressions in her boot.
Okay, so she started teaching you some of the spins and stuff?
Yeah, well, I was like, well, how about this? And I just showed her how to do it and all that stuff. She's like, you knew how to dance this whole time? I was like, yeah, I kind of did. I just wanted to see if you wanted to dance actually for me or for something else because I didn't know if she saw me on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And so she's like, no. And so one song led into the whole night. Like we danced the whole night on the floor and just getting to know each other. We laughed, smiled. I never laughed or smiled my whole life with someone, to be honest with you. And she came in and we just closed the bar.
Yeah.
The next weekend we did the same thing, and then we got quarantined together because that's when COVID hit, and then that's when our life started hitting.
Yeah. That's
when I fell more and more in love with her. She fell more in love with me, and I was like, all right, you're the one. You are the one. And so, probably 5-6 months go by. I was at a so-called roping interview for sponsorship. Well, what she didn't know was it was actually her engagement.
Oh.
And so I had my 3 horses at the time there with me, and I said, hey, I'd really like you to be in the sponsor with me. And she's like, all right. And so they were watching their video, and me and my partner doing roping videos and stuff like that, and basically interviewing both of us at the same time, or actually not at the same time, but on each other. And so I got done, and it's going back. She wanted to interview my wife, and she's like, hey, we want to interview you now. So they were interviewing my wife, and about halfway through, I was behind her and popped a question. And that was all for her, not for me or for the sponsorship. It was all for her, and we had it all on video and how that planned out. But, that's how my life started with her, and she's been a blessing to me ever since.
So there was 6 or 7 months in when you asked her to marry you?
Yeah, about 7-8 months, actually.
From meeting her?
Wow. But you got to think, we kind of prolonged it because we were quarantined for so many months.
Yeah.
And, we spent all day, all night together because we were quarantined together. Yeah. I mean, she would go to her parents once in a while, but, they would have COVID. Yeah. And then she would have to quarantine in my house. Yeah. And then my parents would have COVID, and then I had to go to their place. So it was one or the other. It was back and forth. So we spent all those months basically we were living together without living together, to be honest with you. Yeah. And you really find the true colors of people. Yeah. And the more and more I was with her, the more and more I just all right, you're home. I feel safe with you. I feel comfortable with you.
That's cool.
Couldn't break my smiles, to be honest with you. I was like, all right, I know there's going to be one bad moment. And I was honestly looking for a bad moment, and there wasn't one. And so that's how I knew that she was the one for me. And now we have 2 beautiful children that I couldn't ask for any better.
Yeah.
And she just keeps giving me blessings and blessings, and I can't thank her enough.
Yeah. How old are your children?
My son's about to turn 4. He'll be 4 in a couple weeks, and then my daughter is a year and a half.
What has it been like being a father?
You know, sometimes it's been challenging.
Yeah.
To have a role that, okay, if I do this, what is it going to reflect on my kids? And I really have to think of what I'm doing and what's my actions, what to say, what to do, how to really bring things in our lives, what's good and bad. I mean, they really showed me of what becoming a better person looks like.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
That's good.
So.
Yeah, being a father is awesome.
Yes.
Being a husband is awesome too. They all both work.
Yes.
You know, but it's really cool. All right, so this is this or that. Okay, you got about 20 this or that questions I'm gonna ask you, and you can just pick either one. Books or movies?
Movies for sure. I can't sit down and read. I can't sit down long enough. Not 5 minutes in, I'm done.
Marvel or DC?
Probably Marvel.
Yeah.
Marvel's good stories.
Comedy or drama?
Comedy.
Do you have a favorite comedian?
I really don't.
Yeah.
I like them all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I listen to Kevin Hart and Chris Rock a little bit.
Yeah.
So they're pretty cool.
Live concert or music festival?
Ouch. I really never been to one.
Oh, you haven't been either?
No, not really.
Wow.
I mean, back in the day, I used to help my dad with the banjo festivals, and that's really all I kind of knew.
Gotcha.
Banjo and kind of bluegrass. So I guess kind of bluegrass and honky tonk.
Yeah, you've been to. Did you go to the Bluegrass Festival here?
I have not.
Really? The one you got to?
No, not really.
Wow, okay.
No, never ever since the banjo festivals got away. I really haven't been to any kind of other festival, to be honest with you.
Gotcha. Netflix binge or YouTube rabbit hole?
Probably Netflix.
Okay.
Netflix. I watch a little bit of Netflix. I mean, I don't really watch much videos or TV, so
Yeah.
by the time I get home, I'm like, hey man, you want me to help cook dinner? And then I'm going to bed.
Morning person or night owl?
Oh, I'm a morning person.
What time do you like to get up?
About 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Wow.
Is
that because of work, or would you rather get up early anyway?
I would say probably because of work, and then I just over eventually time I just kind of had my body set for that.
Yeah.
Because I mean I was working 2 jobs for a while. I was waking up at 4:30 and being at work at 6, doing that for years. And so that's probably why I'm just a morning person. I just feel like I can get more stuff done.
Yeah.
In the morning. So.
No, true. Coffee or tea?
Oh, coffee.
Do you put anything in it?
I gotta have a little espresso, a little bit of milk and sugar. I'll be set.
City life or countryside?
Oh, countryside every day.
Beach vacation or mountain retreat?
Those are tough because I like both of them. But for family-wise, the beach. That way I can see my kids floating in the ocean, seeing my wife all smiles because she loves the ocean. So I'd have to say the beach.
The beach. Cooking at home or dining out?
Oh, cooking at home all day.
Now, do you cook?
Yes.
Okay, who's the better cook?
I think it's about a 50-50.
Oh, really?
To be honest with you. Like, she can cook really well. I mean, don't get me wrong, she can cook really well.
Yeah.
But I like smoking a lot of meat.
Okay.
So anything with meat and cooking meat, I can do.
Okay.
But anything else, she got me. She got me in the bag. Every day, any day, she got me in the bag.
Casual comfort or dress up?
Casual.
Text or phone call?
Probably text message because I'm so busy. Most of the time, I don't have time to really answer the phone. Because, there's been a bunch of times where I pick up phones like hours on end. I'm like, man, I could be doing some other stuff. Just text me what you need, what you want. Now, if it's an emergency, call me any day.
Yeah. Planning ahead or spontaneous adventure?
Ouch. I'm more of a go with the flow.
Okay.
So my wife is the planner.
Okay.
And I'm just like, okay, whatever you want to do, babe.
Yeah.
You the planner? Okay, you want to do that? What can I do?
Yeah.
I'm not much of a planner other than like planning my clients out. But other than that, that's probably about it. I'm just going with the flow.
What do you use to plan out your clients?
I use what we call Google Calendar.
Okay.
And it's basically she's the one that taught me how to do it, how to use it. I mean, she's the more tech savvy, so she had to teach me everything.
Gotcha.
But she taught it's like a calendar where you can set everybody up, and then all you have to do is just copy and paste to the next date. that's simple. That's simple. So she's the one that has to teach me everything. I'm just like copy and paste. That's it.
Do you use that on your phone or is that on the computer?
Both.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Small gathering or big party?
Probably small gathering, less stressful.
Save money or spend on experiences?
I'm more of a not a spender, but I'm more of a saver.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flying or invisibility? Which one are you going to go with?
Be more specific on that one.
So would you rather fly or be invisible?
Probably fly.
Yeah.
Probably fly.
Anybody that says invisible, I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be like?
Yeah. Like you don't see me.
Yeah. What are you doing? Why do you want to be invisible, bro? Like what are you? Plain? Oh no, I'm sorry. Pizza or tacos?
Man, I'm an eater, so I like anything that puts in front of me.
I'm an eater.
Yeah. I'm going to be getting one of each.
Past or future?
Future, because you can always build on the future.
Nice. Summer or winter?
Man, that's a tough one too, but probably winter time. I don't really like the heat. I'm a little fluffy.
In the work that you do, you as a farrier, are you indoors or outdoors? Like, are you climate control or not? No.
No, I'm never climate control. There's only maybe one person I have climate control, but normally 9 times out of 10 it's out there in the heat, out in the sun. The barns, 9 times out of 10 there's no airflow, so it's hotter in the barn than it is outside.
Okay.
And so I honestly probably rather be outside than in the barns.
What are you doing during the winter?
Same thing.
Okay.
So it's either you're burning up or you're freezing your fingertips.
Which one's easier, like, as far as the work you do, which one's easier for you? Like, to do it in the heat or to do it in the cold? Because I'm just thinking your hands.
You know, actually a lot of people, well, it really depends how you really think about it, but probably for me the cold, because you got a 12 to 13 pound horse that puts out extremely amount of heat and you're underneath them. And so like technically I can wear a hoodie and long pants and I'd be fine and it's 20 degrees outside because they put out so much heat that I can feel the heat off my body.
Oh, gotcha.
And so like I'm always constantly warm because I'm underneath them.
Yeah.
Saying they put off so much heat.
Yeah.
And I'd rather that than actually be in the heat of the day, because that it's being 105 one day. Well, technically, when I'm underneath that horse, it's like 120.
Because you got the heat of the horse.
Because I got the heat of the horse.
Wow. Yeah.
And then if I have to make the shoes, well, the heat off of my forge will burn me up too. And so I really rather cold because it don't take but a couple seconds to warm my fingers up. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Famous or wealthy?
You know, I'd probably take wealthy.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if anybody has said famous yet. I think everybody says wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
I can always give back.
You can always give back.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me this. You're a farrier. What's the name of your business?
AK Farrier Service.
Who came up with that name? What is that?
So, my middle initial is K, and all my buddies, whenever they get, plaster drunk, they always couldn't say my name right.
Oh.
at all. No one knows. If you didn't know me, no one knew how to even say my name. A lot of people call me Aladdin or Aldin, and so I was just like, just call me AK or Bubba AK, and so it just kind of stuck, and that's how I just got my name. It's just AK.
Where were you at when you came up with the name for your business?
I was thinking about that, and I was like, "Man, what does everyone really call me?" And I was just thinking about my buddies, like, everyone calls me Bubba AK, Bubba AK. So it just stuck. To be honest with you, I was like, that's all I could get in my head and get out of my head. Or I couldn't get it out, so I was like, I'm just gonna stick with it. Everyone calls me AK. No one really. I mean, I was gonna try my name, but then you got everybody saying, "Is Aladdin there?" I don't have my red carpet out today.
So when you were a kid growing up, Aladdin was probably that was the running joke, right?
Yeah, it was either Aladdin or Aldin with an O in, and I'm like, okay, that's not my name, but I'll go with it.
What is the K?
So I'm named after my dad. My dad's name's Keith, and so that's my middle name.
Okay.
And so they were like, "Well, hey, why don't we just call you AK?" So I was like, that's cool. That's cool. We can roll with it. Yeah, we can roll with it.
So it's AK, the name of your business?
Yeah, AK Farrier Service.
AK Farrier Service. What does the typical day look like for you?
Like, what do you, like the...
For you as a farrier, like, what does your typical work day look like?
So my typical work day, I'm normally, whenever I see light, that's when I'm starting underneath horses. So that I can be like right now in the summertime at 6:30 in the morning. I'm underneath the horse at 6:30. Or till, normally 9 times out of 10, I'm not done until about 6:30 at night. 6:30, 7 o'clock on a good day. And now if it was a rough day, midnight. Midnight is a long day. But normally I average anywhere between 15 to 35 head a day of horses. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's how many, wait. So so I guess it could vary, right? You're not doing all 4 heels every time for each horse.
No, you're doing all 4.
All 4 every time.
Yeah.
Oh, because you want them to be...
You want them to balance.
Yeah, balance.
That's just like how we are.
Yeah.
Say we trim our toenails too short, and then the other one's too long. Well, the short one's gonna hurt the most, and you gotta heal from that.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's probably a bad example, but that's just like us wearing a shoe and not having a shoe on the other side. It's gonna unbalance.
Gotcha.
And with them, it's so important that balance. If you don't have that balance, then it's gonna throw everything off. Their stride, their walk. It'll even throw them out of adjustment, and they'll need to get popped back in place just because they're out of line. They can have more issues of like they can't walk, or they start becoming like what they call abscesses, and that's when that pus comes out and stuff like that. You just got to make sure all 4 feet are straight, level. Got to find out what works best for that horse and what doesn't work best. I mean, it's difficult sometimes.
Yeah.
It's really difficult.
Yeah.
But staying on top of it really helps. Really helps.
Yeah.
So,
what are some things, like some little things that, of course, I've never been a farrier at all. Most people probably listening has never seen it happen.
Yeah.
But what are some little things that we may not even think about that happens during your day with dealing with horses? Like, what's something crazy or unique that happens?
shoot, always worried about getting kicked or stomped.
Oh.
That's the tough thing. Whether am I coming home to my family or am I not? Because one day I'll tell you this, and it's been a tragedy. One day I went to a client and she had 20 head of horses that I had to do. Granted, they're all trims, so they don't take me as long, but it's still a bunch. We got all the way up to 17. All the way up to 17. We had to sedate this horse because it was acting just a little finicky. That way it calmed down a little bit. And I don't know what happened, but he decided to push me down, jump up in the air, and his back foot landed in my face. Allowed me to have tubed my front teeth back, fractured all my gum line, broke my nose. So basically from here, all that was all broke. And I got so fortunate that from an hour and a half away from my house, in 15 minutes I was able to wake back up, drive, pick up my family, start driving to Oklahoma City while we were basically going to look for a teeth surgeon, to push my front teeth back because everything else they couldn't really do because my nose was broke. There's nothing like you can really do for a nose or a face, basically. So while we're doing that, we called at least, 5 to 6 surgeons that would work on my teeth. Turned me down. They said, go to the ER. And I said, the ER is not going to do nothing for me on my teeth. It's pushed back. I said, I can't do nothing about that. So we finally called my actual dentist that I actually went with for, since I was 5, 6 years old. And she called one of her friends and they got me in that day. And we got back there and sure enough, everything was broke, fractured, no gum lines. Basically, so all my front teeth was showing all the way almost to the gum line or to the roots of my teeth.
Yeah.
And they got me in, and as much pain as I was in, I made sure that I took my family to the car and said, okay, I'm about to go under, but I want to make sure that you guys are safe. And I actually postponed my surgery for about an hour just so I could put my kids and my wife, make sure that they were taken care of, make sure they had something to eat. And then I came back and got the surgery done while I was put under. So
you were up moving around with all of this broke.
Yeah.
And just trying to act as normal as possible for your family.
Yeah.
But was it visible? Like, if I was to look at you, because was that? How long ago was that?
Shoot, that was probably maybe almost a year now.
Almost a year. You were coming. We go to church together.
Yeah.
You were coming to church.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, maybe it was. I felt like it was like I heard about it or whatever. But I feel like you were back at church and everything. Like maybe 2 weeks later, when I'm like, did something happen to him or not? Like you.
Yeah.
I mean, even looking at you today, you would think like that seems pretty, and I can only imagine. Like, but you look great.
You know, it hurt, but my family is more important to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna allow. Yeah, I might be hurt, but I'm not gonna allow my pain and suffering destroy my family.
Right.
So I actually went to work the next day. The next day, I got out of the hospital and went to work. And I told my clients, I said, "Hey, now."
I may not be as fat.
Yeah. You know, I got a lot of bruises, got a lot of scars, but my family's not going to go without.
Yeah.
And so I went to work the next day, and I told them, I said, don't mind me. I will have some runny noses, blood running down my nose. I said, so if you can handle that, let's keep the schedule. But if you can't handle that, let's reschedule. And 85% to 90% of my clients, they said, I'm cool with it if you're cool.
Yeah.
And so I just kept on working. Yeah, I had to take some breaks here and there, take some Tylenol, but I kept on working, make sure that that food and everything else was on my family's plate.
Like going back into that, will you eat? Because you already have mentioned like one of the things is like just being mindful, like a horse could do that exact thing to you.
Right.
You go back the next day. Was there any hesitation, or did you just jump right back in there?
The main thing is the more you think about it, the more you're going to hesitate.
Yeah.
And so I just came in there with a mindset like, you better go do it.
Yeah.
If you don't go do this, then you're going to miss out.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I just dive right in and not think about it.
Yeah.
Just keep working. Just keep working. Just saying, hey, the pain, you can get over the pain.
Right. That's really, man, that's crazy because I would have been like, I'll probably take a month off. I'll be back in 30 days or something like that. Yeah. So
it was very, very visual.
Yeah.
Like you can see it. You can see it.
Yeah.
So it was crazy.
How do you know when a horse needs shoes or trimming?
It's just like our fingernails.
Okay.
About 6 weeks, is a normal schedule. Sometimes 8 weeks, so every 2 months. But if you go after 8 weeks and they're getting kind of long, you might want to trim them up. I mean, they're just identical like our fingernails.
Yeah.
You trim your fingernails probably once a month or twice a month sometimes. Depends about what nutrition you have, to be honest with you, because some nutritions make your fingers grow, or I mean, it all depends really. So a normal schedule is about every 6 weeks. So every 6 weeks, I'm underneath that same horse, putting on shoes or just trimming them up, making them look clean.
So you kind of really get to know these horses too.
Yes.
So that probably helps.
Yes.
The horse getting comfortable with you, know you, and all the things with that. What kind of tools? I'm trying to like. Is this a hammer in place? Like, how are you putting this? How do you put these heels on them?
So to put shoes on, it's actually a nail and hammer. You're actually putting them on by nails. To clip them, they're literally big old fingernail clippers. Big fingernail clippers.
Is it one chop, or do you do it like a fingernail? Like you got
like an actual fingernail.
Okay.
I wish it was one chop, because that'd make it easier. But no, it's literally like an actual fingernail clippers.
Okay.
You have to go around the foot, make sure it's all nice and clean. Then you have a file.
Okay.
Then you have basically a big old, what we call a rasp. And they're sharp too. And you just get into it and make sure that they're all nice and flat. Make sure you don't have no ridges or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Make sure there's nothing sharp. I mean, that's literally all it is. It's just big equipment for how we describe fingernail clippers, but they're twice as big.
Yeah. What makes one horseshoe better than the other? Like, are all horseshoes equal, or do you? When I come to you and I'm like, hey, I need you to put horseshoes on, do you say, okay, which one do you want, or what does that look like?
You know, it really depends what your horse is. Like what you said, you got to know your horse, and that's what's difficult, because like right now I have several horses that you can only put one shoe on to balance them out. One shoe and leave one shoe off because they're off balance. And you just have to watch, look at levels, look at everything around this horse, what works for this horse and what doesn't work for this horse. Whether you need a special shoe like a aluminum or like an egg bar to put support on their feet. I mean, you really have to know and look at the horse, to be honest with you. Because all of them are different. All of them. I don't think maybe two of them that I've seen that are identical. That you can say, okay, I can put this shoe on and this will be perfect. No, it's not. It's never like that. You look at the horse and you'd be like, man, this foot, you might need pads for more cushion. That horse is probably stepping on his foot a lot harder, and we need to put more cushion there. That way it makes it softer and lighter on their feet. Or this horse could be, you could just put just a regular keg shoe or just a normal shoe on. So you gotta really have to read the foot and read the horse and how they're traveling. And I mean, there's a lot to it. You really have to pay attention, measure them out, make sure they're the same lengths. And I mean, just even if it's like a couple centimeters, you'll throw this horse off. And like different events, like whether you're barrel racing, team roping, cattle sorting, all the way up to showing. They're all different shoeings. People like different things. So say, like me and you are different just in a little way. You like something like a different way. Well, that horse is going to have a different style. This other horse is going to have a different style. I mean, you just got to pay attention, listen to your feedback of your client and saying, hey, my horse is not doing the way I want. It's being a little slower for some reason. Well, then that's when you take the initiative you can either speed this horse up or slow him down, however they're tracking. And you just got to pay more and more attention to that, of really fine-tuning that horse. And just like what you said, getting to know the horse is really key.
Yeah.
Really key.
And so that's a combination, of course, the client needing to know the horse, but then you start learning about the horse as well based on what they're saying, and you make those adjustments.
Correct.
Because you're the expert in that. But I guess some of those clients, too, have been around the horse so much and know the industry and all the things.
Right.
They can suggest, too. Like, hey, you probably need this. Because do you make the horseshoes, too?
I can make them or I can buy them.
Okay.
Yeah. But normally I like to buy them that way. It's just a little faster. But say the vet calls me up and says, "Hey, I need so and so shoe." Well, 9 times out of 10, I can just make it if I don't have it.
Yeah.
So I mean that's where that blacksmith comes in because I'm taking bar stock, making it out of an actual shoe. So a flat and straight piece of bar, I'm actually making it a horseshoe, stamping it, making all the tools to have the nails in and all that stuff. It's an adventure.
Yeah, I bet so. I bet so. How did you end up? Sounds like you've had opportunity to experience different things because of your dad.
Yeah.
Why this? Why horseshoe? Why farrier?
You know, it's actually kind of ironic. So, growing up, we never really were on a farm.
Okay.
I worked for a lot of farmers, and one of my best friends, because I went to 4-H, and did a lot of 4-H with my buddies and all that stuff, and he was a rodeoer, and man, I fell in love with it. I started steer wrestling, started figuring out how to steer wrestle, and granted, like I said, back in the day, my dad was the only one that did show pigs, and that's all he did, but he did it only in high school, so nothing else. So I was the only one that was in equine. I was the only one that wanted to do rodeo, and so I picked up. And steer wrestling was a little harder on my knees after 4 or 5 years. I couldn't really bend them over as much as I wanted to. So then I started becoming a team roper, and I couldn't find a farrier for my own horses to save my life. Like I'd have one come in, and then they say they'll call me back. I'll call them back, and they basically said, "No, you can call someone else." And so I was like, "Well, heck, I'm just going to learn my own self." And so I just started doing it. Started asking us questions from some guys. Said, "Hey, you know about it than I do." I said, "Let's do it." And so after that, doing my own horses for 5-10 years, my buddy was like, "Hey, why don't you do mine? Why don't you do mine?" It's like, "Nah, man, I'm good. I'll just do mine and just stick with it." And so after them hounded me a little bit, I went to school for it, and I said, "Okay, if I'm gonna be truthfully honest, I'm gonna go to school for it to make me feel comfortable. If I like it, then I'll do your horses. If I don't like it, then you won't see me." He said, "All right, well, now here we are. We're full-time business, farrier, on the road."
How long is farrier school?
You know, it's 6 weeks.
Okay.
It's 6 weeks, and it's 7 to 7. It was brutal. And if you're not underneath a horse, you're either in the fire or you're learning the anatomy of the foot.
What do you mean in the fire?
So making your own shoes.
Oh, okay.
And doing all that stuff.
Gotcha.
And so that's what I'm talking about in the fire.
So there's some classroom,
yeah,
on-hand stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Learning the foot of a horse.
Yeah. There's the foot is actually what we call the heart and soul of a horse. Because technically, if you ever look at a horse, the muscle stops at what we call the elbow, or kind of like what the elbow is. There's no muscle from there down at all. So the only thing that's pumping blood up and down is the foot, and what we call the frog, and that's the little squishy thing in between the foot. And as soon as it pushes down, it's shooting blood straight up the foot. As soon as it retracts it, it's pushing it, coming down. It's like a sponge. It's the heart and soul of the horse. It's crazy how it works.
That is crazy.
So
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Mom?
No, I have a lot of questions for you.
Ask away.
It's like the horse that harmed you. What did they do to him?
You know, that horse was still in training. He's a 2-year-old. He was a 2-year-old. And that's why we had to drug it. We drugged it and thought that was going to be enough drugs to do his feet. Because, I mean, he was very reactive. He was young. He didn't know basically anything. And after that, she's like, "I'm not going to have this anymore." And so she sent him off to an actual trainer that will basically go from the ground up to make sure that he's safe. And she's like, by the time he comes back, he's going to be a different horse. And by the time I did come back, he was a different horse. He was a completely different horse. And she sent him off that day as soon as that happened.
So is that a question that you ask people, like the age of the horse or how much training the horse has before you?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Where has this been? Kind of what's its background?
Yeah.
What are you trying to do with it? What are you doing with it as we speak? Are you touching him? Are you not touching him?
Yeah.
What do I need? Like basically, what are you doing so I can prepare myself?
Right.
Now, some people are very honest, and some people kind of push it a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I've done everything, and then you come to that horse and be like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Now, you grew up in Guthrie.
Yes.
Did you go to all the schools?
No, I was homeschooled.
Oh, so you never went to a Guthrie school?
I never went to a Guthrie school. Now I went to a private school. Now that's closed. It's called St. Mary's.
Oh, okay.
I did that for 2 years.
All right.
And didn't like it. I came back home.
What year would you have graduated?
I graduated in 2015. So I did co-ops, homeschool co-ops.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I graduated in 2015.
Okay, so you're a year before Kenneth, my oldest son. Okay, wow. So what did you ever? So you went to St. Mary's, private, not quite public. Did you ever want to go to public school?
No.
No, you enjoyed.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I had a bunch of friends, cousins, and all that stuff in public school, and they would always tell me some background stories. And I'm like, nah. I'll save that for the big people. I'll let you know that.
Which co-op were you part of?
You know, there's a co-op in Midwest City that I was acquaintance with, or accounted with, I should say. Heck, we had so many people actually in the co-op. I don't remember what the co-op was called. Yeah, but I just went because my mom was like, "Hey, here's the co-op." I was like, "All right."
Is the co-op to get you acclimated to like people, to get you socialized in, or the co-ops to help the parents around maybe subjects or the moments where they couldn't teach you, like because we don't know, like when Zell was doing calculus, I couldn't help you.
Right.
Is that what co-ops more about?
Yeah, co-ops is more like basically it's kind of like it's basically a homeschool group all coming into one, and like all these moms are coming in, like say, like what you said, one person's better with math, so they would have a class over math, or one mom would be great with social studies or history, and they will all have class, and then we would have homework for the rest of the week, and then Monday we'll start it over again.
Gotcha.
And we would do the credentials, like testings and stuff like that, to make sure that we are all on point and on for Oklahoma guidelines.
Okay.
And it's crazy.
Yeah. Was Shelby homeschooled, your wife?
No, actually, she was public school.
She was public school.
Yeah.
So whenever you all got married, did y'all discuss private school or homeschool before marriage or after marriage?
You know, we really didn't talk about it until we had our first kid.
Okay.
And you know, she knew that I was homeschooled, and she knew that she was public school, and she was like, "Man, I really rather homeschool the kids because you can get more of an education than public school." To be honest with you, because I was actually doing college work when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And a bunch of college work, and she was like, "You know, I think I want to teach my kids homeschooling," and my mom just lit up because she has like the whole.
She's like, yeah.
So, and then I think that's what inspired my wife to really homeschool my kids.
Okay.
Or our kids, I should say.
Yeah.
And man, what she's doing right now, she is really teaching. And I don't know how she does it sometimes. I'm like, wow, babe, you're doing great.
Yeah.
You're teaching these kids. I mean, heck. Like I said, my boy is almost 4 years old, and he's already trying to read. He's writing. He knows his ABCs. He already knows all the way up to 20. I mean, it's the way she's teaching our kids is just phenomenal.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I was talking to somebody. I was like, I don't know if homeschooling is more about the education or the environment. And it's probably both, I think. Mm-hmm. But I think for some people, when I hear them talk about homeschooling, I'm like, oh, this is more about they want their children to be in the right environment maybe for learning, but more so just for almost for behavioral things, for values. Like I want my kids to be around people who value the same thing as me, and so so it's cool. So to hear you all, it sounds like more stress in education, but it's probably both for you. But at the same time, the education is something that's high value. For me, I think once I realized, so my kids did online school, which is essentially homeschool.
Okay.
And for me, it wasn't about the education. It was about, they have flexibility.
Yeah.
Like for me, it wasn't even about environment because I probably would have rather for my kids to be in public school. But it was like, I like my kids have some flexibility to do stuff. Like Zell was doing tennis, Nia was working. Like for me, it was that. So I think people look at homeschool from different perspectives. Because it definitely wasn't that. Because also I learned like my kids just started teaching themselves at some point. Like I couldn't teach them calculus. I could teach them all this stuff but they were doing it on their own.
Yeah.
Somehow, and so it's really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Growing up being homeschooled, it was really nice because my PE, what they call, my dad would always take me out to the shop and we would learn about measurements, how to tear up a motor apart. Like, heck, whenever I was 14, we rebuilt 2 vehicles with each other. And that was part of my PE and learning how to, like, measuring this out, figuring out where this goes and that goes.
Some math and some PE and then some physical activity.
Yeah, there was a lot of math.
Yeah.
There was a lot of math.
So no sports for you?
Oh, yeah, I did sports. Yeah, we did, basically like pee-wee sports.
Okay.
I did soccer, basketball, baseball, football. I did it all.
Okay.
And then what I really got into whenever I started getting into middle school was shooting sports. I got into it.
With rifles, guns.
Rifle, and normally I did archery.
Archer, okay.
Yeah, I shot a lot of archery.
Okay.
But yeah, I did it all. It was fun.
So when did you stop playing like traditional sports like football and basketball? I guess the archery is probably more traditional. It's been around longer than shooting has been around.
Probably when I was about middle school to high school.
Okay.
I did in middle school. I played basketball for St. Mary's actually. Did that for 2 years, and then after that, I just kind of was like, I'm more of an outside guy, so I just started shooting, and then figured out that there was teams of like the Olympics and stuff like that. So I just kind of tried to set my goal up to go to the Olympics for shooting, and I actually, for shooting my bow, if there was at the time they didn't have compound in the Olympics, but for shooting my bow, I was actually 5th in the nation for shooting a bow, Olympic certified, did a lot of Olympic stuff, but the Olympics didn't have a compound at that moment.
Wow.
And so I was able to go to the Olympics for shooting a compound. But like I said, at the time, they didn't have the Olympics.
Wow. Now you're showing off.
I don't know about showing off.
Well, like, what is it? What's the key to becoming an expert archery shooter? I don't know. How would you say that?
Basically an archer.
Yeah.
A lot of practice.
Yeah.
A lot of practice. Never giving up. There's times that I gave up, but my dad always kept on pushing me. Like, this is the dream that you wanted to pursue, so you pursue it. You do it. You do everything. I said, you got it. So I was out there literally day and night shooting, figuring out techniques, figuring out how to be more still with my bow. Basically precision. Just keep going.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of work.
That's cool.
So
that's really cool. So do you still do any of it?
Sometimes I still pick it up. Yeah. Like, I still bow hunt.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I bow hunt.
Okay.
And I still do it, and I try to fine tune myself.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Tell me, we'll do some rapid fire here, but tell me about rodeo. How did you, it sounds like your life was set up for rodeo and like a lot of the things that you've done growing up and all the things, but then you get into rodeo, and how old were you?
Shoot, whenever I was rodeoing, I was probably, 14, 15.
Okay.
I wasn't driving just yet, but I had my permit at the time, and it was because of my buddy really that got me into it. I wasn't around any of that until about my high school age, and that was because of 4-H. I was big in 4-H, and then I got close to one of my buddies, and he's the one that got me into rodeoing, and I just fell in love with it. I just wanted more and more of it, so I just kept on going to his house because he had horses, cows, pigs. I mean, he had the whole thing, and so I just kept on. I literally almost stayed at his house the whole entire time because he had all of it. And so I rode horses, and for riding lessons, I would clean out their stalls and stuff like that just to pay back for the lessons.
Oh wow!
And I enjoyed it. I really did. I had so much fun, and it was just so relaxing, so calming because just to get to know that animal.
Yeah.
Like a big animal that's 1,100 pounds. That's something not to think
That's
about.
crazy.
That's a big animal.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of fascinating. So I just kept on going with it.
Yeah.
I fell in love with it.
Wow. So do you still do it today?
Yeah.
Wow.
I team rope.
Okay.
Yeah, I team rope. So it's pretty fun.
How often do you need to practice to be, decent at that? I'm just thinking about you running your own business, father, husband,
Yeah.
all the things. How do you manage your time and get that in?
Right now the team roping is a little on the back burner because my family's more important.
Gotcha.
But I try to at least practice once a week.
Okay.
I know that's not enough, but
yeah.
I at least try to practice or even ride the horses once a week. But like I said, when my family's more important, so they're going to come first. And then my hobbies are going to come second. And so like once a week, I try to practice. I mean, granted, you got these guys every day practicing, and they're twice as better.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, my priority is my family.
Yeah.
So once a week, I try to practice as much as I can.
But you get out there and love it.
Oh, yeah.
And enjoy it, have fun. You're doing it for fun anyway, right?
Yeah.
You're not trying to, I don't think, go to the professional level of doing it, are you?
I mean, I could, but I'm not there.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not there because like I said, my priorities is my family and make sure that they're taken care of. So for fun, mainly is what I'm after.
Yeah.
And just enjoying it.
Like hobby, kind of getting out there, for sure. All right, this rapid 10. I got, 10. Let me see. Rapid fire questions, okay?
Let's do it.
What's something you're weirdly competitive about?
Competitive about?
Yeah, weirdly competitive about. What is something that you're competitive about?
I mean, I'm a competitive person in general. Like if I'm on like a basketball or football team or anything, I'm competitive. My game mode's on. So I mean I'm just a competitive person, honestly. So
is your wife competitive?
I would say yes, but not as bad.
Not as bad. Okay, I didn't know if like even around the house who cooks better, who like anything like who folds the clothes better.
She'll tell you she does everything better.
Okay, so she's competitive there. If you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, except Jesus Christ, who would it be?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive.
I'll say my grandpa.
Grandpa.
Yeah.
What's something you would ask me?
Here's your grandkids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. What's the best advice you've ever received?
Never give up.
Never give up. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Being late.
Okay.
Being late. I cannot stand that. Cannot.
If you could master any skill instantly, what would it be?
Master? Well, no, I gotta think about that one.
Okay.
Because those... I'm not sure on that one just yet. To be honest with you.
Yeah. What's the last thing that made you laugh out loud except being here?
Out loud? Probably my wife being a little goofy. A little goofy. I just couldn't hold it.
What's your most used emoji?
Like, oh
Oh my goodness! I flop back and forth between iPhone and Android, and that emoji. I love the way it looks on iPhone and not on Android, so I use it all the time on it. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Oh my goodness! What's something you believed as a kid that turned out to be completely wrong?
You know, I believed everything as a kid, and most of it's actually right.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard.
Okay. If you can only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh, steaks. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. You give me some good steaks. I'll eat that all day long.
What's one thing you want people to remember you for?
That he was a good guy. He was a good guy.
What you most grateful for right now?
Say that one more time.
What's something you're most grateful for right now?
Grateful? My wife and my family.
Yeah. Can you share a way that people could give back to their community? Like, what's one way that you'd like give back in this way?
Definitely being in the church environment.
Yeah.
Cleaning your act up.
Yeah.
You know, how I do it, I'm actually a volunteer firefighter.
Yeah. And
that's the one way I can give back to my community. So, I mean, just cleaning up even the side of the roads.
Yeah.
Making sure that it's just a clean environment.
Yeah.
Cleaning up your act.
And cleaning up the environment.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Let's get clean around here.
Yeah.
What does, got that sign over there to the right of you, what does Truth Guthrie mean to you?
You know, growing up in Guthrie, it was a small town. Everybody knew everybody.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. Community. Community is about, hey, you got a struggle. What can I do to help you?
Yeah.
You need a helping hand? All right. Need some hands? I got some hands.
Yeah.
You know, growing up in Guthrie and seeing all that is pretty nice. That's why I stayed, to be honest with you. It's just everybody's here for everybody.
Yeah.
I couldn't be more grateful. I mean, every time I can call a buddy up right now that lives in Guthrie that I haven't talked to in probably about 15 years, and he's like, "Oh, what's up, man? What you need help with?"
Yeah.
And it's just, man, the community here is just amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome, man. Aldin, thank you so much for your time today.
Of course.
Or Mr. AK.
I'll do it.
Oh man, it's fun. You got any last words? No. All good. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hitting that play button for another episode of the Guthrie America podcast. We are on a mission to have every story told of the individuals who do life here and who are from here. The question I want to end with, ladies and gentlemen, the question that I want to end with, are you listening? Will yours be next? Go in.